Dietmar here for B-Sides. I'm at Austin City Limits 2024. Not only does the festival go on all day, but there are night shows as well. One of the amazing performers opened for Foster the People in Skateland, who I'm so stoked to have join us.
Thanks so much for having me.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Appreciate the time. Great to meet you.
Yeah.
And this is a moniker, Skateland.
It
so
is.
do I call you Skate? Do I call you...
You can call me whatever you want to.
Do we reveal your birth name, your government name at all?
Yeah. So my name is Dorian.
Okay.
Actually, I like Skateland because I like the ambiguity of it. Like I like people to see it and kind of be like, is it a band? Like, is it a guy? Is it a clothing brand? Like, I don't know. I like that mystery.
It sounds like a place in the metaverse.
Yeah, it could be. It could be like a digital, like a Fortnite zone or something.
Do you play?
I don't. I'm a big like sports gamer. So FIFA, 2K, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so clearly I have to also ask, do you skate?
I do.
Oh.
I do skate.
Okay.
I do.
Are you good?
Well,
Can you do a nollie backflip or anything?
I can do all the basic tricks.
Oh, okay.
Like if I had to duel Tony Hawk or something, I'd bow out. But I can,
do you skate a bowl? Do you just do street skating?
Street skating.
Okay.
Mainly. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Because some people are all about the bowl and they just ride in the wave
true.
as long as they can.
True.
And all that, doing the hand plant.
No, I like the street stuff. I like to be out, on the road.
Well, you're from Vegas, right? So
I am.
It must be really difficult to hang in the heat.
It is, especially in the summer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a Vegas kid. Big skate culture there too. So yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And did you get into skating as a youth and just to get from point A to point B, or did you want to be Nigel Houston and Tony Hawk?
No, I think it was more for like the social hang of it. It's just what people did. Like you came outside, you skated with your friends, like you met people. It was like a big social kind of event. So I learned so that I could go to those kind of things.
What's the music scene like for skate culture in Vegas? Because California, where we're from, obviously has so many different influences. You got hip hop, but then the punk rock scene as well in Southern California.
Yeah, I think even outside of the skate culture, like the Vegas music culture is very EDM heavy. Growing up, we had like Calvin Harris and like Tiesto and like all those kind of people like kind of cutting their teeth and making their mark in Vegas. So I feel like just house music and like EDM is the general culture of everything. And that influenced a lot of what I do. I think getting into like synthesizers and programming and stuff like that, Vegas was a huge kind of part of that for me.
You did the ACL night show with Foster the People. Tell me all.
That was the experience of a lifetime, honestly. I think that's the biggest thing I've done so far. And, with my like sort of electronic background and the performance background, like Foster the People was a huge influence on me. I remember, like, I was just telling my dad this before the show about how I remember us being in our living room watching David Letterman, and it was like their first, I want to say it was like their first live TV performance. And I was just sitting on the living room floor, like just blown away by this band that I'd never heard before. And I just like got really into their music. And honestly, they really are a huge reason of why I started making music myself. So it was a real full circle moment. I played with some really cool bands, but this one was like, to do that show in general was awesome, but to do it with them was like surreal. Like it was a fever dream.
I can imagine.
Yeah. And
like
I don't really get nervous, but I was, our hands were shaking, like just because of the, it was, like I said, it being a full circle moment, like the magnitude of it, of like, if 12-year-old you knew that you were doing this, like, yeah, you'd just explode. So
did you have a chance to talk to Mark Foster and the guys?
They were so nice.
Yeah.
Their whole crew, everyone, like when a band's that big, you think, they might be standoffish. And I hear those experiences sometimes with certain artists, but they were all so nice. Their crew was so accommodating to us, and they let us watch their sound check. It was just crazy.
That's amazing.
So yeah, it was a heck of a way to like cap off what's already been a crazy year. So
did you have a lot of family and friends come for this?
I did. I think just because everyone knows that I love that band so much, people are like, the life of a musician is like, you're telling your family a lot about what you're doing, but you're traveling all the time, so it's hard for people to go to a show. But I think this was one that everyone was unanimously like we're going to this. So, yeah. I
Which
had family
song
and
were you
friends.
just vibing to that's your Foster the People song?
Sit next to me.
Same.
Yeah, that's
Same.
It's
When that song came out, it was nonstop on repeat.
yeah,
Still is.
It's such a groove and such an earworm, and like it's peak Foster the People to me. And I think I want to say they did it as like an encore song, so they leave and you're like, I know they're gonna come back out, but I really hope they play Sit Next to Me when they come back out, and they did. It was like the first thing they played.
Yeah,
so.
I know other people will say Pumped Up Kicks or
I mean,
songs.
their bag of songs is crazy deep. But yeah, they even them sound checking. I think they played some songs that they didn't play during the set. So I feel like I just got to hear them in their full kind of existence. So it's cool.
Yeah. I definitely hear some of their influence in your music, but obviously you have something more original and unique. Sunset
you.
Cinema,
Yeah.
latest piece of work,
Yes.
is kind of representative of that.
I think that's my favorite song that I've made so far, just because there was such a long break in between when I made that song and anything else that I'd done, that it felt like another full circle moment, because that was a vibe that I've been trying to capture for a while, because I do, I love the pop stuff, like I love the electronic stuff, but I also like kind of folkier, more acoustic driven stuff too. And that was the first song that I had written on acoustic guitar, and then kind of did all the electronic stuff after the fact. So I was just really happy with it. And I think in setting the vibe and the mood, like I just want people to feel good, like when they listen to my music.
Why did you start with acoustic guitar, considering you were bedroom pop, electronic up until that point?
I think I was just looking for something different. I feel like I'd hit a wall kind of just creatively of, you're doing things for the same way for so long that all your demos start to sound the same, and like everything starts to kind of bleed together. And so I was like, I never really just sit down and like play acoustic guitar and like physically write a song down on a piece of paper. I was like, let's just try it that way. So I remember it's like 6 p.m. and I'm just like, all right, we're gonna do this. So I had a notepad, and I just sat down in my living room with the acoustic guitar, like started playing some chords, like singing like real old school kind of stuff. And I had had the melody of the song probably within like 2 hours, and then I went to the laptop in the studio and like I did the whole song in like a night. And I think I went to bed at like 5 a.m. and I was like, I think that's it.
I think we have a song.
Yeah. It was like such a fun new experience. So
wow. So it's definitely a maturation, a growth as we've now hit EP number 2.
Yes.
And I hear EP number 3 is already in the works.
Yes. We are like 2 and 3 are both something that I've been kind of ruminating on for a while, and I'm really excited. November 15th is when my EP will come out, and I'm really excited to kind of share it with everyone and just show people what I kind of have been working on, because I've been playing shows a lot, but I haven't released really any music this year outside of Sunset Cinema. Been playing a lot of the unreleased songs at the shows, and the feedback has been great. So I'm just excited for people to be able to go listen to it now.
So November 15th, what's the name of the EP, and will a lot of the other songs represent the same process as Sunset Cinema?
I think so. So the EP is called Joyce Howell, How Are You? It's a bit of a mouthful. It's the name of a painting. It's an artist and a painting that I saw at a gallery, and I was like, what a cool name for like something. I'm not sure what. And yeah, I think some of the songs are gonna be, they were made the same way that Sunset Cinema was made. And then some of the other songs were made in the more traditional way that I do things. So I feel like if you like me and like listening to my music, you're going to get the stuff that you're used to, but you're also going to kind of get some new stuff. It's a happy marriage, I think.
Well, I am such a big fan of your music.
Thank
you. The show's called B-Sides, like a record, right?
Yeah.
And you always discover the stuff you like that are not the hits on the flip side. And your music is definitely representative of that, but it could definitely be an A-side. So
No, thank you so much.
I'm so stoked for your
future. I've kept up with y'all for a while, and like I'm a big fan of what y'all do, so thanks for having me. Seriously.
Appreciate it. Great to meet you, man.
Yeah, likewise.
Best of luck with everything.
Thank you so much.
Skateland at ACL 2024 with B-Sides.